Slap News fans, what's going on? Road to the Title, Season 2, Episode 2, now finished. We're going to get into it. Slapdown The Fantasy Show. This is the second episode. Let's talk about it. It keeps getting more and more exciting as we go. The content is on point, and Power Slap keeps giving us the gift that keeps on giving. We've got 10 more weeks to go of this. We're super excited. Power Slap and Stat Hero is bringing you the Fantasy Slap, the Dana White Challenge. Let's get into it. It's really exciting. Right now, 18.5 is the leaderboard. We have two matches that have counted towards the Fantasy Slap at this point. So as we talked about, you've probably seen from the episode, Logan Greenhall right now is the front runner. He is the horse with 11 points. If you had Logan in your captain spot, you are sitting pretty with 16.5 points. From what we can see right now, there's only one person in the contest right now that has 16.5. So congrats to you putting Logan there. As Logan moves on to the second round, he's going to be primed to get you 1.5 the fantasy points there. Let's talk a little bit about it. Because a recap, if you don't know how the scoring system works, so there's two ways that you can get points, for every fight that takes place. A knockdown, you get 1 point. A foul, it's minus 0.5 points. And then you also get points for the finish. So it finishes in the first round, you get 10 points. Second round, 8 points. 5 points for a third round finish, and 3 points for a decision finish. So every time that the fighter, continues to move on, they can accumulate points. When the fighter is out and they're sent home, there's no more opportunities. So as of right now, the lineups are locked, as you know, across the board. So as we talked about, Logan Greenhall, 11 points. If he was not in, you got the 1 point for the knockdown, and you got 10 points for the first round victory. William Woods would get a 0. If you had William in your lineup anywhere, you're getting a 0 for William. The second match from last week's episode put Danny Van Heerden going up against Jonathan Boone. So this one, with full disclaimer, we're not able to actually see, but I'm fairly certain. Anyways, Danny finished in the third round. So we have Danny, accumulating 5 points for his victory there. And then in addition for Danny, we have, it looks like they've awarded him an extra 1 point, for the knockdown in doing so. So we're seeing Danny there. And then it looks like Jonathan Boone. I'm not sure if it's either a 0 or a minus 0.5 if you had Jonathan in your lineup at this moment. So we're going to swing over the leaderboard right now. We're going to talk a little bit more about it. So as we see, 18.5 is the top of it right now. So $10,000 is the first place prize. We've got 3 people that are vying for that top spot. So right now, like we said, how do we get to that 18.5? So we've got 11. So we've got 11 points for Logan Greenhall. So somewhere they have him either in the heavyweight or in a flex position. And then we have Danny, who is actually going to be in the captain spot. I actually want to pull it up real quick because of in terms of Danny, if he was in your captain spot, it was a third round. So it's actually 3 points for Danny plus the knockdown. So then you get the additional points. So if he's in your captain spot, it would be 7.5. So that's how we are getting to the 18.5 would be Danny in your captain spot at 7.5 plus a Logan Greenhall victory at 11. So right now, that is where the 3 people at the top of this leaderboard will happen. If you're in the competition, don't worry. You may not have a striker who's already entered, so you're still sitting at a 0. All that we know is as the fighters continue to win, they continue to move on. It'll give you more opportunity. So right now, like I said, those 2 at the top, Danny Van Heerden in your captain spot, and you have a Logan Greenhall in your lineup, either in the heavyweight division or in your flex spot. So we're only through 2 weeks. We got a lot of fights to go. So don't get discouraged if you're not at the top of the leaderboard. We see in fourth, we got a 16.5. That would be a Logan Greenhall in the captain spot and no other fighter going, because we said with that point, the additional 0.5 points you get in the captain spot, you're sitting pretty there right now. VIP tickets to go watch a Power Slap event in 2024. How exciting is that? I can tell you, I've been at Power Slap 1 through 5, and seeing it live in person is like no other. Being able to be up there and hear the slap, you feel it when you sit there. The energy in the room is ecstatic. I've always said it's very much like being on the 18th green of a golf course, because everybody is dead silent. And then you hear that slap and then all of a sudden everyone erupts in cheers, and it's quite the environment. So right now, Stat Hero, here's our lineup. We've got a 16 here as well. So 16 points for 5 and 6. What does 16 mean? So 16 means that you have Logan in the heavyweight or a flex spot, and you also have Danny in a regular spot as well. So you're getting the base 5 plus the 11. So let's go to the second slide of the leaderboard. We're going to get down here. We've got 16 pretty much all the way through the 15th position. No surprise. There's going to be a lot of duplication early on here. As time goes on, we are going to see it evolve, and we're going to see more separation from top to bottom. But there's going to be a large swing, like I said, because in the early going, there's a lot of fighters in your lineups that have not accumulated any points because we haven't seen the matchups yet. So keeping that in mind will, certainly put you, in much more positive spirit. So don't get discouraged early. This is a war of attrition all the way to the end. Your lineup is in. You said it once. It's going to go all the way through. So if you miss, a week, you don't check it, don't worry. You're not going to miss out on any points. It's not like playing daily fantasy and football where you have to update your lineup every single week. You just said it once. It's locked in. More of a survivor style, if you want to call it that. You're going to ride your guys all the way through. Make sure you tune in on Rumble Wednesdays to be able to see the new episodes that come out, and follow your fighters, because you will be able to see when your fighters are up there and accumulating points, through and through. So the Stat Hero side of this makes it much more interesting, makes it more intriguing. Anytime you can add gambling or betting to any sport, it becomes a lot more fun. You can banter with your friends. Hopefully you have some buddies that are in it as well. You can, hit up some chatter at the water cooler or in a WhatsApp chat group. You can talk some smack. And if you're following Slap News, we gave you the core 4 for who we think. And obviously we had Logan Greenhall in there. So we're super excited about that. And, he's proven us right so far that he's going to be a name to reckon with in the heavyweight division. And, if you're a hardcore fan of Slap News and you listen to the Future Watch from Logan Greenhall, you'll also see that he has the potential to drop down to light heavyweight. It'd take him a bit of time. He wants to do it properly, but he definitely has some excess fat that he could shed. Logan Greenhall dropping down to light heavyweight would be insane. I'd actually love to see him go up against a guy like Austin Turpin right off the bat. Would be phenomenal. But like we said, we are continuing here. Slap News putting out, the leading slap fight news in the industry. We've got 3 shows a week for you guys right now, all the way through the road to the title. On Mondays, this show here, the Stat Hero Slapdown Fantasy Show, taking place Wednesday, the final slap immediately after the episode drops on Rumble. We're coming to you, recap all the action. We're breaking down the fights. We're bringing in special guests every single week for you guys. This is an awesome show that I share with Big Jeeves and Ding. So make sure you tune in. That is our marquee show every Wednesday. The final slap is the show that you do not want to miss. And then on Fridays, we're bringing you exclusive interviews and analysis. We break down the fights with the fighters. We have Future Watch for all these new strikers that you may not know. We dive into details. We ask them the hard questions. We see what they want to do in the future, of the sport. We get into much more greater detail than you see on the show. So Corey Swiergosz here signing off. If you're not doing so already on YouTube, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and leave a comment in the comment section below if you want to see anything from us in future episodes. We appreciate you. Much love. Signing off. Be back. The final slap Wednesday.